man.
What flavor claw are you drinking?
This is lime, my new favorite.
Lime?
You like the lime, yeah.
You mean natural lime?
Yeah, excuse me, natural lime.
It's all natural in there.
Natty lime.
Some really natural stuff, like
Agave.
there's actually not a bunch of ingredients. I can actually pronounce all the ingredients.
Yeah.
All of them?
Purified carbonated water, alcohol, natural flavors, cane sugar, citric acid.
You know what bothers me about that? Just natural flavors. Which ones?
The natural ones. Some natural flavors.
Hey, I'll put it this way, dude. I'll put it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only 7 ingredients on here. I can pronounce every single one. How many products do we consume that's the case?
That's a good question. I always do hear companies and ads always bragging about, like, with ingredients you can pronounce. I can pronounce shit. That doesn't mean it's good.
You know what kind of scares me about craft beer is they don't have to tell you, and they never do, what's in there. They like got it on the description.
It just is
like,
ingredients, beer.
What the fuck, they don't tell you. There's yeast in there. They need to be more specific about that yeast.
Not necessarily.
I mean, maybe.
There's barley, hops.
They can't tell because it's like their secret. Like if everybody knew their ingredients, then you could brew their beer just as good as them.
What about Coke, though? Coke has
guarded secrets, like the fact that cocaine is still in it. And
still in it.
Like, they also, like John said, there's stuff you can't even pronounce. Yeah. Like, xanthan gum probably is in Coca-Cola.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows what that is? Niacin. Not much potassium in Coke. JJ Durs, when we were talking natural lime, it made me think of Natural Light. Do you guys like Natural Light's new branding? Their can, I think it's really working for them.
What is it?
They just look like a Miller Lite kind of now. I think they like turned it back to the old thing. It used to be like all, I don't know, it was like a bit punchy.
Yeah.
If you guys remember what like a Natty Light can looks
like a what do you call it? A malt liquor.
It looked like Keystone Light.
Yeah, right.
Or it looked like
Ice House.
Bud Ice.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Oh, it looks nice.
Have you seen it, John?
Yeah, I have a friend that loves Natty Light down here, and he drinks it all the time, so I've seen it. Yeah, it's cool. It's exactly what you think a modern Natty Light marketing change would look like. It looks fine.
Just clean and simple.
I've stood by this for a couple of years. If you have them on ice for a long time and they're ice cold, that's one of my favorite cheaper beers. It's not, if it's coming off ice that's been sitting there, dude, you can absolutely pound those.
I would agree with you, dude.
I think you're right.
The ones I don't like are like Bud Light.
Natty Ice is pretty bad.
Ice is disgusting. Miller High Life in a can.
I won't drink Miller High Life anymore.
Miller High Life out of a bottle is great, though.
Even then, I'd rather have a light. I feel like shit if I even have one Miller High Life. It's like headache central for me. I don't know what it is.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'd rather have PBR.
It's probably that xanthan gum, dude.
Yeah, there's way too much xanthan gum in High Life for me.
Well, I mean, we've been going strong for about 6 minutes here, and we haven't even introduced ourselves. So
I'm Natty Light.
I'm xanthan gum.
And I'm Jim.
JJ's the only one from the regular part of the show that's here. We've got 2 additives. Yeah, just 2 additives are here.
Yeah, this is episode 66.
Maybe for the 100th episode, maybe we invite 100 of our favorite people and we like go to like have a picnic or something.
No, we just have them behind us in the shop.
Like Pardon the Interruption. You know how they have all the sports faces behind them?
Yeah. We could have it like First Take when they go on the road. They have people like
Zack last episode was talking about Tony Kornheiser way too much.
Is that really true?
You did mention him.
What was it opinionated or was it just like, man, Tony Kornheiser?
No, you brought his name up twice you brought his name up twice within like 2 or 3 minutes. I was like, okay, enough of Tony Kornheiser.
And you said,
Tony.
You said hit the yay for Tony Kornheiser, and you're like, oh my god.
Hit the yay for.
And you're like, actually, no, hit the boo for him. I was like, okay, that's enough. We're moving on.
We've got there's two sides to Tony Kornheiser. That's all I'll say. He's basically multidimensional.
Let's not talk about him again.
Yeah. Back to the bones, dude. Back to the skeletons. Back to the organs. Back to the heart. Back to the brain. Back to the lungs.
Do you guys, speaking of skeletons, do you guys have any skeletons in your closet?
Yes, I do. I have enough to almost composite a full human skeleton at the front of a biology class. That's how many bones I got in my closet.
Yeah, you're gonna compose that shit. Hell yeah, let's get it, dude.
I probably
you
have
got skulls, you got femurs, you got toes.
Femurs.
I just got way too much. Way too much trauma, dude.
It's got bodies, bro. I've got some trauma, but not necessarily skeletons in my closet. Like dark secrets.
Yeah,
you know, that's what I assume skeletons in my closet mean.
I guess JJ, you've got secrets, but then your skeletons you view as traumatizing secrets, or do you just hold your trauma tight?
No. That's the problem. Is I don't really have secrets. I feel like I've told my best friends way too much about my personal life.
You're pretty open, yeah.
Yeah,
I've done that too.
I would just say there's stuff that I have bones that my mom and dad would not be thrilled to know I have experienced.
Do you have any?
I'm trying to get this fly in my apartment.
Yeah, I can tell.
I've been too honest with my parents. They had to tell me like maybe don't tell us everything.
Wow, you must have been a terrible liar in college or high school.
Oh yeah, but there was so much to lie about. That's why it came off like I was a bad liar. I was just lying about so much.
You were lying about small things so they wouldn't question you.
Right. That's you plant your
you lie about,
but it's accidental at the same time.
Right.
Yeah. But oh my gosh.
Do you guys have?
But those aren't. I mean, I don't know. Do I have skeletons in my closet?
Do you have a secret that you've literally told no one?
Surely, but probably not.
You don't have to say it, obviously.
Well, I don't. I'm sure. I'm trying to think.
I don't think I do, but maybe I do.
I don't think I do either.
Nothing.
You can have stuff that's not other people's business, but that's not a secret.
That's not a secret.
Yeah, because like a secret would be if someone came up to you and told you about something that was your business that you don't just openly share, and then you were like, "That's not true." And then you lied to them.
Right.
Like,
or like, you know, last year when I killed someone, if I didn't tell you guys, you know.
I feel like I'm too close to the microphone. I was like, no.
All right.
Secrets.
Well, yeah, I don't know why. I just heard skeletons and I was like,
dude, the secret map to the skeletons. Where is it, Durs?
I won't tell anyone.
The skeletons in your closet.
That's the one. I won't tell anyone.
Hey, Cool J's, do the hosts of Whatever You Want believe each other when we say we don't have secrets? Do we believe each other, do you think?
I believe both of you.
Zach, Zach's got a great outfit on for the audio listeners.
Are you serious?
It's changing the subject.
A highlighter pink tee,
high vis,
brown, cool sport coat that looks like a motorcyclist would wear. And then his hair is just on point. It's like kind of long, but kind of kept.
It looks
6 shades.
Freshly washed.
I'll be at next time y'all see me. I'll have been to the barbershop. I'm going to the barbershop in the morning.
Are you?
I'm scheduled. Yeah, with Zach. Let's go.
Are you gonna get a fade?
El Zappo on Instagram. Y'all fuck with my fucking homie, my friend. Dude, check this out. Read this.
Shuck me, suck me, eat me raw. Nice. Bernie's oyster trap.
Sick.
What's a haircut you wish you could have? It's kind of a weird question, sorry. But
No. I mean,
I didn't mean that to poke at you either.
I'm just wishing for hair.
No, yeah. So think specifically. Do you want like a huge fro? Do you want like
I've always
a
wanted-
mullet? Do you want
I've always
just
wanted cornrows.
cornrows?
I would look so
You've
stupid.
always wanted cornrows.
I've always wondered what I'd look like with
what?
cornrows. I guess that's a better way of
You
saying
should
it.
have made a profile of yourself on Saints Row. Then you could have done that.
I don't know what that is.
Saints Row is
Hey,
like
Ky-
Grand Theft Auto, but a little bit worse and
Something
better.
something that comes to mind. It's not really a haircut. It's more of a hair growth pattern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shane from The Walking Dead. You know how he has that buzz cut, but like, it's not like hair. Like he doesn't buzz it because he's losing it. He buzzes it because he's like. But he has like such thick. It's like
Slicked.
the whole scalp is. There's no place missing follicles. Just like.
You know why,
Go-
right?
go-
He's Italian.
Can you look up? I don't know. I've never seen Walking Dead, so I need to see who Shane is.
Google Shane from The Walking Dead. Shane.
His buzz cut. He just has this like very thick.
Yeah, it looks like velvet almost.
Correct.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh, John Bernthal.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah, great actor.
I'm not good with actor names.
But just when he has that buzz, because like I can't really do. This is gonna sound kind of depressing, but I can't really style my hair anymore because it doesn't grow evenly. So I can't really be like, oh, I want this kind of haircut. It's either I shave it bald or I do this weird comb over where.
Dude, I've been telling you this, man. You can do all this cool shit with your beard to transition your hair to your head, so to speak. And people do that all the time. Look at LeBron. Look at all these fucking guys.
LeBron.
It's called, it's called hair
He's
plugs,
got
buddy.
fucking money to do it, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, he's got your problem. He doesn't hide that he's bald. He's like literally.
He does?
No. Did
Yes,
you see
he
what they
does.
did to him in fucking NBA Live? They used to push his headband back like
That's
every
what he did.
every fucking year.
That's what he did every year. And then
You know, but they did it worse.
and then he
in
has
the
millions
animation.
of dollars on plugs, and they look good because he's a millionaire.
Oh,
and he's
is he
LeBron.
plugged in?
Of course he is.
I
How did he
didn't-
get the hair back?
I mean, it doesn't look that real.
Exactly. But it looks better than like what John would look like with the hair plugs. No offense,
I
but
don't know. I saw a fucking thing on that show, Netflix. I think you should leave, where they were like,
I love that
"Oh, are you wearing a toupee? But you like want to embrace being bald, but good for you, John. You never wore a toupee." And like honestly,
yeah, don't do that.
also
That
though,
looks terrible.
I don't know, man. Like, why is it like why can't men wear wigs if they need them?
They can.
You know?
I think it's an interesting point. Like, I think men are a little embarrassed in general to do something like that. It's emasculating.
To glue a wig to your head.
Yeah. Like, oh, you don't have your real hair?
But men don't pull hair, so it would be whack for a man in a fight to pull a man's wig off. You know? You know what I mean? Like
I
that
see
guy
what you're
that
saying.
pulls the wig is the bitch, not the guy wearing the wig.
Right. I know. I wasn't talking about fighting.
I know, but I'm just trying to think. I mean, why are we, philosophically thinking this way that we can't wear wigs? You know,
I think
like
maybe-
what's this trigger within that's.
I don't know. Maybe, John, do you have any idea why that is? Why we would be embarrassed about
Yeah, since I'm basically.
putting a wig on?
Yeah.
I think it comes down to the effort. Like,
Well, yeah.
it's kind of like with those hair plugs, what Zack was talking about. Like at that point, when someone's like, dude, get it cut off your head and then put on your bald and glued on. It's like, at that point, you're obviously worrying about it too much to
And that's-
make it, to I don't know. Like it's at
justify
that
it?
point, shave it and just don't.
Right.
Just
roll with
move
it.
on, which I've done before. I've done it. I think I've gone cue ball maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 times now.
I like it when you do that.
You're lucky that you have a good shaped head for cue ball.
That and I'm able to grow a beard.
And you got a thick ass beard. So.
Look at the way he's got
Yeah.
it styled to the sideburns now. It's like point. I like that, dude. That's a good.
He did
fucking
just
look.
go to the barber.
The barber did him pretty good, dude.
Oh, it looks.
Gave him the French
Is there a little
flag.
gap? No.
No, it's
not
a slight
quite.
fade. It's just
Slight fade.
Yeah, yeah, it's an ever so slight fade. He
I
went
don't know,
from.
dude. I try not to think about it.
He hit you with the
Fucking-
1 and a 2 and a fucking knife, probably. Did he put a fresh razor on your face?
No.
No.
Like fucking
wish.
Captain
has a
Hook,
beard.
dude. That's no, but just for that little part right there.
Zach, what hair would you want to have?
I mean, I'm like JJ in that I don't think about it too much, but
I don't either, but
I have
just
straight hair, so definitely like a curly hairstyle.
okay.
Like something with curly hair.
Dude, you would look absolutely ludicrous.
I
with
would look
curly hair.
no, I would look. I thought you were gonna say stunning. I mean, dude.
What if we all like switched hair? Who would look the most ridiculous?
I would look ridiculous.
Yours with Zach's hair.
No, me with your hair, dude. My head does not look good bald. I went cue ball in college, and people were
You
like,
look good with a buzz.
dude, people thought I was sick, and people thought that I was trying to commit a hate crime. It was like
difference.
There is a big difference, and I'll tell you this from shaving my head so many times. There's a huge difference between buzz cut and what dudes think is buzz cut
Yeah,
and taking
being
clippers
bald.
no guard.
Oh, right.
yeah.
Big difference.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Your
No doubt.
hair grows back, and it feels so weird. It feels like Velcro.
The worst
Well,
hair.
no guard. You're like, oh my god. There's like not even a fucking
Don't you feel like vulnerable?
beyond.
Yeah.
Like a naked puppy.
Yeah,
Especially
exactly.
when people, especially the first couple times I did it when I was like 28, and people are like,
Like, what?
dude, it's ridiculous. I got my hair cut today, and my friend, I just came back from a baseball game. She takes off my hat, and she's like, oh my God, you're so bald. And I'm just like, can I just go anywhere with people commenting? Like, why is it a comment
I know,
every fucking time?
That's really annoying, even for me.
Ladies, be cognizant when you are
It's
with
not
your bald
funny.
king and you want to compliment his head. Try not to be backhanded, you know?
Well,
Try to say something nice about like what we've been doing. We've been complimenting the shape of JJ's head paws, and
Or
it's
just-
like fucking so nice of us to do that.
Or just don't mention it.
and yeah, but hey,
I think he'd rather you don't talk about his hair or lack thereof at all.
if I think if a chick complimented him, he would like it. But it can't be backhanded. It has to be like, oh, I love the way your hair feels, or I love the shape of your head. It can't be like, fucking, I love how bald you are.
That's what I was
Like, that's dumb. And I don't even mean to say that to be funny, even though it's just like that's probably some real shit.
How many times, especially in the early episodes of this podcast, thank God I've grown since then, but I just have, it's obviously been a long road of losing your hair and accepting it. And it's a very, I tell Greg this, I tell Couch Guy this all the time, but it's like a very, it's like kind of like becoming a good thing for me in a way, because it's something I can't control, and it's teaching me like to kind of let go of things I can't control. Whereas there are things that I can control that I can't bitch about. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I do.
So like it's kind of, I'm like kind of finally realizing like, okay, I am 30. Like I am not a kid anymore. It is more normal for me to be bald.
Well, also, dude, it should give you perspective of like what you can control, and like exactly that. Like you have a problem letting go. Like that would be great from my perspective, because there's so many things that I have control over that it's just a matter of letting go, and it's hard to let go of things, whether it's a grudge or something like that.
Could help you out in other areas of your life.
Yeah, dude. It's
So
not even
learn-
just the humbleness within of that one thing. It extends beyond. Well said, y'all.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions, or do we want to call somebody or anything?
Let me field this real quick. I made a post.
You did.
You know,
So
we'll see live if it got traction.
While
response.
you look at that, I'm gonna go ahead and ask a question from my coworker LaQuasia. She wants to know, what is something you question daily? Meaning like what is the point of this thing's existence? And my guess is she's probably referring to a job, but I don't know. It's like, why? Yeah, like what is something in daily life that you'd question? Like, what is the purpose of this existing every day?
Hey, look, LaQuasia, I'll make this very quick, very, very quick. My career involves me waking up at 4:50 in the morning every day and being on my feet and under, outside under the sun. So usually when my alarm goes off, I go, why did I choose? But that's a choice, right? I choose to do it.
Right.
So I can't really question it. But sometimes at my age and how long I've been doing what I've been doing, I definitely, my alarm goes off at 4:50, 6 days a week. And I go, I'm questioning why I chose this route. But to make it a little funnier, something in everyday life that I definitely question are how people were raised.
Okay.
And the lack thereof, and how people act like fucking babies, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting.
I definitely question like how people were raised without. Man, I don't even know where I can go with that. So many different ways, but
no, you don't have to get too into it.
Wait, what was the question again?
Her question was like, what is something you question? What is?
You said what should not exist?
No, like what is something you question's existence?
Like what? Yeah, no. JJ's hitting the nail on the head there.
But it's like, what is the purpose of this, as opposed to like, why are people so?
Oh yeah, no.
Well, you can look at it either way, as in like an item or
That's how he chose to answer it. So
right.
You can go either way with it.
Maybe you should go first.
Honestly, there isn't really other than one thing. There is one thing.
What?
A job.
Why do jobs exist?
Why do jobs exist? Why can't I just eat food and like live and be happy? Why do I have to work for food?
You reminded me of
Why do I
mine.
have to work to live? Why can't I just live?
I've thought about that before, dude.
It's real existential, but like, I do question it every day. Like, what the fuck am I doing?
It's existential. It's esoteric.
Yes, maybe that's a better word.
Well, it's both. And it leads me to mine, dude.
Okay.
So I was thinking about this, right? Because I'm interviewing for a job with Habitat for Humanity, and I used to work there, and my construction experience is like lately not been with people who need their house to be remodeled. They just want it to be, and they can afford it. So it's very different than where I started with construction at Habitat. It's cool to consider going back, right? And that they're even considering me is really awesome, right? It feels like almost like what I worked for. Anyways, let me get into it. I'm thinking about like haves and have-nots, and it like kind of struck me, right? I was like, you could have more, you could have less. I get why have mores and have lesses exists, but why do have nots have to exist? You know, and to extend that further, it's like, to me, I believe everybody should be sheltered and has a right to nutrition as well. And alone, that's just it. To me, I feel like it's a bare minimum. And I know that in history, it wasn't possible, but that's why I'm like gracious with this opinion and humble, because I'm proud of like humanity and everything we've achieved. I feel like it's actually possible now. And so why not, since it's possible now, to have everybody have a roof over their head and fed? I know that's kind of weird, but like yours made me think of it, and I thought about that. Why do people have to have nothing? I get why people have to be poorer than other people, but why do they have to sleep under a bridge? And I get that it's because we don't have mental health services. Like, I question it. LaQuesha, I question it, and I try to find the answer to it. I don't just go, this is too esoteric for me. We're going to tackle this tangibly, you know?
Well, that was a good one. All right, we're going to do a shot, and then we got a question from...
Wolf, frozen shot glass, gold.
Hoorah. Hoorah.
That first one's always nice.
First cut is the deepest.
Dude, put it on record. You see it on camera. I did not take that well.
That was a tough one.
That's the only one I can do tonight.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't plan on doing more than another one.
Oh, that's so funny. That's like
I don't plan
like,
on
hey,
doing more than another one.
That's like saying, you want to stay for one more? And you're like, I don't know. I need to get home. And they're like, dude, the bar closes in an hour. And you're like, for sure.
Yeah. It's like, hey, you want to go?
You just said you got to get home. And they're like, oh, but we're not closed yet. We're still selling shit.
Or it's like, hey, you want to go grab a beer or 7?
Right.
Or 10.
Yeah, right. A beer or 7 instead of a beer or 2.
Just 7 between us or 7 of your own.
I also love that that one meme I've seen multiple times where it's like the mathematics of drinking. Like going to get a beer is 2 beers. Going to have a couple is like 5. Having a few is like 10.
Dude, if I worked at one of the divier ones with touch tunes, I would just be like, hey, I just queued you up a song on Touchy, dude. Like, just chill, dude.
That's what you were doing to me the other night.
Oh, yeah, I did it to Durs, and I don't even work at Ormsby. So I was like, hey, man, we're going to...
You're like, dude, let's play another game of Connect 4. Come on.
Oh, yeah, we had games, though, too.
Who won?
It
was mostly Durs. Durs won Pong at the last second. I was killing you at first.
Oh, yeah. Pong, I made a big comeback.
And then I was...
Pong?
Yeah, you know the old, like, Atari?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
literally, like, 2 things there, and you just try and...
They have a physical Pong game that Atari made. It's amazing, like an arcade version. It's pretty cool. It's very tight.
You beat me in bocce, I think.
We didn't bocce, but we played Connect 4. It was kind of going back and forth. I was beating you, you were beating me, and then you kind of took it away because I was getting too drunk. I was like not noticing the 3s in a row.
Yeah,
and you were getting me because I kept being like, oh, I'm going to get him. And then you were like, bro, I got this one right here. I'm like, fuck. Connect 4. Big Connect 4 is way better than Big Jenga. A lot of people have been... trying to do the Jenga. The big Jenga to me...
Never been a fan of Jenga in general.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Jenga at all, yeah.
Dude, that's actually one of the few games I can tolerate.
Really?
You can tolerate it? Are you good at it?
I mean, I don't know if I don't want to look at myself and be like,
yeah, I'm good
at Jenga.
See?
But that's one of the few games that, like, if you're having your first couple drinks, like, I definitely can get down with that.
So what's a game in that situation that you don't like, that you can't tolerate? Because I'm curious as to, like, what games you...
Anything that, like, requires, like, a lot... Like, to be honest, dude, Monopoly is a little too much.
Absolutely. It's not really a party game, though. Is it?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I don't like Monopoly either.
I like Monopoly.
Involved.
No one's ever down to play. I'm totally down to invest a whole 7 hours into a fucking game like that, dude. The Longest Road, or no, not that. What's that shit called?
The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler.
No, the game with the longest road. Everybody, Settlers of Catan, dude. Settlers of Catan. That game kind of. I'm like, I like it, but I also don't like it.
Is it going to take 5 hours out of my day? No, thank you.
I like that they make different versions of it, though. Like when I go to people's houses, they'll be like, I've got Settlers of Catan, and it'll be like a space version. And I'm like, that's cool. You got a different one than I saw, you know?
Than I saw.
Yeah. Hey, JJ, were you a big Polish Pong guy, dude?
Polish Pong?
At the, just during the summer, just Polish Pong. That was when you beat somebody in ping pong, you got to make them turn around. They put the fucking pong thing behind their head. JJ's nodding,
paddle,
and you fucking hit the ping pong ball and welt them.
Oh yeah, no, I always hated that.
That was like wall ball when they got 3 outs and they had to put their hands against the wall and you would try and bounce it against the wall and hit their nuts.
Oh no!
Wow, I never got that.
I think we did do that too, at like really young age, back in the gym, dude. Oh fuck that shit.
I always hated those games where it was like there's a physical punishment for losing.
Dude, remember going to gym?
I guess I was a fucking pussy, but like losing is punishment enough. Can I just have that?
I was a pussy with paintball. I used to be
fuck that. I never did that and never will.
Getting shot.
Yeah, let's go get shot.
When I got shot, I was like, no!
Dude, people would like
this hurts, stop.
Like airsoft is, harmless pretty much.
Getting shot in paintball made me realize like when I die, I might die like a pussy. Like I might go out like, no! I don't want to go out like that.
how do you-
Paintball helped me realize that.
How do you guys want to die?
Not like that.
Seriously, like you go to the doctor, tomorrow, and they're like, hey, you have 1 week to live. Plan accordingly.
That happened to Homer Simpson.
I'm doing something absolutely so quick. I'm talking, I get T-boned and the split second it's gone.
That's such a shitty way to want to die.
So you're giving yourself you're giving yourself 2.5 seconds to think.
No, not so specifically a car accident. That was an example. I think it's more of the.
You just want to go quick.
Timeline. I don't know, like.
So here's how I would answer that. Maybe this will.
Why not just drive a car off a cliff at that point?
I was going to
you don't
say
want to hurt somebody else.
I want to shoot up as much heroin as possible and jump out of a plane with no parachute. And be like feeling complete euphoria and then whack.
No,
gone.
what's really going to happen is you're going to OD on the plane. They're going to push your limp body out and you're going to be like, what's happening?
At least I feel good.
Or maybe not even doing that. You're going to be throwing up like.
Just skydiving, throwing up, just.
Yeah. Here, this is what I was trying to say was I don't want to die by somebody hitting me with their car. I want to die like this.
You just want to be quick, yeah. I got you.
Imagine Durs getting on a private, somebody's small plane, and in the back, just like, get the tape, like, okay, get the needle. Do you have it? And they're like, what's going on back there? Nothing.
My friend is super suicidal, and we love to have fun.
Yeah, I was going to say, Des, that's essentially suicide.
Well, yeah, it's me killing myself before the world does, I guess.
Yeah, right. Like someone is like
maybe in
got you under some sort of threat.
Maybe in a weirdly male ego thing. I'm like, I'm gonna take myself out.
Here's a way that no one ever thinks about. What would you do to not die? Let's figure that out. Would you
eat a Klondike bar?
Would you let someone else die to not die? And specifically. And also maybe not even that. Would you do just any bad thing? Would you rob? Would you
to not die? Yeah.
But depending on what you rob and from who, like, would you rob a person's family from them?
As long as I'm not killing anyone, yeah, I think so, because then I can like justify it in my head.
Or like, would you? I mean, shit. Would you attempt to jump? If there was like some volcano that was wide enough to maybe jump over if you were super athletic, like Usain Bolt or some shit like that, and they like had a gun to you, they're like, I'm gonna shoot you if you don't do this. Would you just be like, shoot me? Or would you be like, I'm gonna fucking try to jump over the volcano hole?
So
you should cut everything else that I said before that, because that took me a while to get to something interesting.
That's all right.
I don't know, man. Landing short in lava, that's pretty awful.
Like, especially if it's just your lower half too.
But what if he's
you're
like
still awake? Like, What
if he was like, I'm gonna shoot you real bad, like real fucked up. Like I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna shoot your dick, your kneecaps. Like I'm gonna fucking shoot all the painful spots.
I would just dive into the lava head first.
Because I don't want to fall into the. What if they like start kicking you into the lava at that point? You can't trust them at that point.
Like John said, I think it's about quickness. Like, I don't want to like have a slow,
slow,
long.
I'm so
painful
scared.
Death.
Now that I brought it up, I'm so scared of like getting consumed by lava. That's like, who picks that as their way to go? You know,
dude,
like that would be horrible.
I'd rather get like eaten by a shark.
That might be worse than drowning. You know how everyone says like not. Drowning is one of the worst ways to die? Dude. Like the lava drowning might be worse.
I've heard burning alive is more excruciating. Yeah, from people who have died burned from dead people. Dead
They've
people
been like, dude, let me tell you,
I wish I drowned.
Watching my flesh cook was just.
Dude, let me tell you, I wish I drowned.
People will jump out of buildings if they're on fire.
Dude,
That's how you know that it's horrible.
Dude, 9/11, people were jumping from like hundreds of floors up.
What are you doing? Are you jumping?
You don't have it. It's not even your choice at that point. Your body
instinct.
is
Yeah.
literally
It's fight or
making
flight.
its own choice.
You're inhaling smoke and you're burning. You're jumping.
Yeah, you can't breathe, and you're like you said, your skin's melting.
Maybe there's a trampoline on the ground.
You see air with no fire in it. You just see air with no fire in it.
That's where I want to go. Yep. I think I'm jumping.
Oh, I
don't think I'm thinking about it.
Hey, Dez on 9/11 is skin's burning, air full of smoke, and he's shooting up heroin before he jumps.
This is really fucking dark, but I don't care.
Really
I'm gonna bring it up anyways. 9/11. There's footage of a guy like trying to climb down the building, and he has curtains and shirts and pants tied together like a rope, and he's trying to do it. There's footage of this, and then like 7 feet of it go out, and he's like
stuck
1.5 floors down, and then it just gives way.
Oh, of course, because it probably burned up.
And then he like starts to fall. It's like it devastates me when I saw that. I was like, whoa, like because that's different than being burning alive and deciding to go out. He was just like, fuck, I gotta get the fuck out of here, but I can't. And he tried to do something basically insane.
Well, impossible.
Like,
you're not going to get down with a couple shirts.
It was like a glass and concrete building, just like I didn't even know.
R.I.P. Never forget. Let's ask another question.
Yeah, let's get off the. We're getting kind of scary tonight.
Yeah, we're getting a little more deep and serious than normal, I think.
What are we on, episode 66?
66. Not 666.
Numerology, dude. What about numerology, dude? Here's two middle fingers, brother.
Dude, the other night I was out and this fucking kid made me want to slap him across the face.
Was he like 729?
This girl was like, "What sign are you?" Blah blah blah.
Oh yeah.
And I go, I'm not really into astrology. And he goes, "It's not astrology. That's what's the other one?
Constellations.
Astronomy.
Astronomy.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. No, I said
I'm not into astronomy.
Yeah, and then he goes, that's astrology.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's like, nobody's into astronomy.
I go, dude, you don't belong in a bar. You belong in a bedroom alone with
playing
no friends.
Dungeons and Dragons.
You said that to him?
He deserved. It's not astrology. It's astronomy.
I can't believe you roasted that guy. Like,
I wanted to
that. That's
say,
great.
I
Good
wanted
for
to
you.
say, hey, dude, the only thing you've had sex with is attached to your arm.
damn,
Your
dude.
hand. Am I right?
You got to treat your hand with more care, guys.
I think we got a question
Imagine correcting somebody like that in public.
I think I've done it before.
Weird.
Sadly.
Like, I'm so smart. You're not.
Well, did he do it like that? I can imagine myself doing it normally, like, hey, it's not astronomy, but, you know,
No,
like.
Yeah.
let's put it this way. Put it this way. I hardly know the guy.
Right. That's a big correction for somebody you don't know.
I love unleashing. All right, we got to give Rebecca.
We got Rebecca.
Rebecca's on the
who
screen
wants
just
to
waiting to ask.
a question.
Well, it's not as deep as you guys have been going tonight, but what is a non-obvious sexual fruit?
Ooh. So like not a banana.
Right. Don't think your typical emojis. Don't think mango.
Ooh.
You know,
Mango.
mangoes.
Is that a sexual fruit?
I definitely sexualize mango.
That's a good answer then. There you go.
That's mine. Yeah.
All right.
Go forward and prosper.
All right. Thank you, Rebecca. Mango is a sexual fruit to you, huh?
Oh yeah.
Why?
But, like
'Cause it's tropical and exotic?
To be fair, eating fruit is sexual.
Ooh.
You know,
Depending on how you eat it.
I realized that way later in life, like in my late 20s. But when I ate fruit, and I was like, as a kid, I was like, man, this is so weird. Like they always tell you eat fruits and vegetables. I love fruit, and I kind of am a picky eater right now, and I don't really like vegetables. I grew up. I like vegetables now. Vegetables are tight as fuck.
Vegetables are great.
Oh.
Strawberries.
JJ's going with strawberries. I know a lot of people that
So,
would agree with you, brother.
I was going to ask.
That is a good one.
Is that obvious? Strawberries?
See, but I thought mango was obvious.
I thought strawberries was obvious because of the whole chocolate covered strawberries you give it on Valentine's Day.
What do you think, Rebecca? Is that one too obvious?
I think strawberries
Strawberries in the middle.
It
Yeah.
leads towards obvious, but I mean but maybe that's just
Okay.
my opinion.
All right,
I think
JJ.
of strawberries as more-
Exit ASMR, JJ, and tell us. Give us your
Yeah,
take
for the
on the
listeners.
strawberry sexualization.
I don't know, but don't people say Valentine's Day's chocolate covered strawberries?
That's what I was getting at. Yeah.
But what? No, come on. Be a little.
So-
then think a little deeper. Then, because I want you to think about a fruit that turns you on.
I got one.
It's
Give you a
romantic.
fruit that turns you on.
California plums.
Ooh, the plums. I can feel it in my plums.
Deep bluish hue.
I don't know. I don't know if this is a sexual story because it involves my dad, but
He said,
One time-
I don't know if this is a sexual story because it involves my dad.
I hope it's not sexual. Jesus.
one time I was sitting at the counter. I must have been in high school, and my dad came up to me behind me, and he just goes, "Hey, you want to try this? It's a plum." And I hadn't had one yet,
But
I
it
took
was
a bite of it, and it was fire.
it was like a sexual experience.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay,
Biting
yeah.
into a plum for the first time.
Right.
Yeah.
Is peach an obvious one?
I think peach is obvious.
Is it?
Yeah. If we're talking emojis, dude.
Oh God.
but then also
Jeez.
like I said, like eating fruit is sexual, so peach is big up on
Peach-
there. Getting
peach
to that
are
pit
very-
real early,
very
knowing
juicy.
knowing how to eat the peach, dude.
You know what? There's something about a kiwi.
Okay. Okay.
That's like somebody saying, "There's something about a redhead."
Yeah, kind of.
There's something about a
That's
kiwi.
why I'm
There's
trying to
something
get
about
at
a
it. We
kiwi.
need to sexualize this fruit. I want the Cool J's to think about us fucking pieces of fruit. you know?
Well, the reason I picked a kiwi is because it's similar to a peach. It's got the fuzzy outside and a very juicy sweet inside.
I'm so glad you used your words, dude. Use your words, Cool J's. Say it one more time.
That's what I always tell people when they.
Sweet.
It's got a nice layer of fuzz on the outside, and on the inside it's nice and juicy sweet.
Oh, that was such a good question, Rebecca. Thank you. One of our favorite fucking Cool J's.
Zack, what do you got?
All right, so Cool J Ollie, and old roommate of me and JJ.
Oh, owner of the House of Cards.
Yeah. House of Cards.
Weenie.
Trying to sell House of Cards. Cool J's,
Bless
if
you.
you're looking to buy a house.
Bless you.
So check this out. Ollie and I were laughing today because we had a friend. Well, actually, I'll name the friend too. I'll name Larson. Larson was like going on Twitter talking about how, like I haven't been drinking and I know. He was being funny too. He was like, after not drinking for 4 days, I know that I don't get hungover is not why it sucks to wake up. It just sucks to wake up. Right?
Because he still hates waking up.
And me and Ollie were like, you sure about that? Like, I think waking up hungover is still way fucking worse than waking up. And so
It's true.
this is what I will ask. This is what me and Ollie were thinking about talking about. Is it worth it to drink on the weekday?
Sometimes.
What are the what are the pros and cons to drinking on the weekday? And do they which one outweighs which? Because I want to know, as a person who hates working and needs to work, we all talked about that earlier. I want to fucking know, should we be fucking drinking not on the job
Zach,
but after work?
Zach, first of all, with this question, you could ask 100. You could ask 100 people and get 100 different answers on pros and cons. Mm-hmm. Which is a good thing, but also a bad thing because it doesn't really give you a consistency. You're not going to really.
Right, but we're the hosts, so we get to discern. Out of all the millions of people, it's us three.
I'll keep it very, very short. Pros for me drinking during the week is being social.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Is going out and meeting people and seeing people I know.
Especially when you live alone like you do.
Cons of drinking during the week are
The next day, obviously.
our shitty sleep, which affects way more than we think,
Uh-huh.
and and spending money. I would say that's the only two things. Because I don't, besides this podcast, I'm being brutally honest, I don't drink at home.
I know you don't.
I don't come home from work and drink. I go out and drink, which is good and bad.
Right.
I mean,
that has its pros and cons.
It's good because I'm not alone in my small apartment drinking alone.
But it's bad.
But it's also bad because I'm spending 5 times the amount of money which I would spend if I was drinking at home alone by myself, which is probably not a great thing to do all the time.
No, drinking at home alone is just inherently kind of depressing.
So
as long as
Zach,
if it's not just a beer, it is.
Well, right, like I'll have a beer or a drink almost every day, just because I don't know, I like it. But like, I'm not getting drunk every day during the week, and like,
but that's
honestly,
my pros and cons.
Yeah,
what were your cons though?
My cons were spending the amount of money out because I don't drink at home.
Yeah.
And I would say shitty sleep because when I drink, my sleep isn't as deep. My sleep isn't as long. My sleep is interrupted because I'm waking up to piss. And dude, again, not to sound crazy or anything, when I'm waking up at 5 in the fucking morning, I need 6+ hours of like good sleep.
I know you feel the difference waking up at 5 in the morning.
If I don't get it, dude, I'm. But see, and I'll give you a sprinkle on the con of it is if I do that and I feel shitty, the next day I'm more likely to drink again.
Interesting.
Do you find yourself going, hey, since I want to drink, I'm going to make sure I give myself the best sleep possible so that I wake up and it's okay? Or do you find like yourself going, hey, maybe I need to limit how much I drink during the week so that I don't? That's all I'm trying to work. Because you know me, I used to wake up early too before I made this job transition. And the people I'm talking to now, I'm going to have to wake up early, not as early as you, but very close to that. And
who did this question come from?
Him and Ollie.
It came from me and Ollie laughing about Larson saying that it just sucks to wake up. It's not really about drinking.
I think he's doing a hipster joke about like being depressed.
No, but we made our own. I made my own question off of because it's funny.
Well, okay. Here,
is it though?
Here's something. Like, I understand what he's kind of saying, and I think he might actually kind of have a point.
He don't have no point.
No. Here. Let me get it out. So like, I think going to bed not drunk and waking up not feeling hungover is only really good when you do get drunk and wake up hungover sometimes. Like, if you just wake up every day sober, it loses its shine. It loses.
What does?
Like, waking up not being hungover. Like, if you don't drink at all, like, you can still hate waking up in the morning. And once you stop, like, it's like you can't have any goods without any bads, you know. You have to have the high and the low. So if you wake up hungover as shit, and then the next day you wake up sober and feeling great, that's why you feel so great. It's because you know what it's like to wake up hungover. But if you're constantly waking up in one state, then it kind of loses its luster, if you know what I mean. If that makes any sense. I don't know. I think it does.
I will
maybe that's what he's getting at.
Well, I will say we're getting older is one big thing, and I also know that this is how I know for a fact that alcohol is addictive as fuck. Is like, if you drink a beer and you're young and you wake up the next morning, like, I know we all have different college experiences, but like, just that age, just think about that age, like, and just everybody around you. You drink a beer on the weekday and you wake up the next day, just one again or two, and you wake up the next morning and you're like, oh, I'm fine. You go out and do it again, first of all, and second of all, you drink more. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
There's nobody that's going, I drink one beer every day after work. And people like that, like you said, JJ, they're not necessarily going to a bar to do that. They're going home to do that. And that's not social. I excuse drinking more with being social. To me, this is a personal thing for me. This is like what JJ said, like everybody's got different pros and cons. Some people's pros are some people's cons, honestly. And to me, I think if you're being social drinking, it's a little bit more excusable, unless you're using it as a crutch.
Or
but when it comes
to justify getting drunk.
But when it comes to going out, people want to drink socially, and I think that's beautiful. And I also believe in decompressing. So as long as you limit it to 1 or 2 and you're at home, I don't have a huge issue with that either. But
what I'm saying, I don't like.
I know that those people do more and more as it goes on. So
you're kind of like talking about me a little bit. Like during the week, I will have like a drink or 2 at home. I'm not alone. I have Rebecca. Technicality.
That helps a lot.
But she's not necessarily joining me.
But you have somebody
there.
And I don't mean this against you personally, but this would be anybody calling you out on your shit. Because if I lived with a girlfriend and I have 3 beers and then I pour a shot by myself, she's gonna look at me like I'm a fucking convict.
But you know what sucks, JJ, is like you said, everybody's different. You endures get affected by that type of judgment. Other guys in relationships with girls, they're like, hey, shut up. Like, let me drink around you in excess.
Imagine trying to tell a woman, let me drink while you're drunk.
I know. I can't imagine.
That would never work.
That's how you know you're drunk, Cool Jays.
Yeah.
That's how you know you're a drunk. I'm sorry.
Let me drink.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the episode
Unless
title
it's just 1 beer and you're definitely not in AA. If you're in AA and it's 1 beer, that's different. But
no beers.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you it's I don't know. This is a delicate subject, kind of. It's
I like
awesome too that we're diving into it.
We're getting into some deeper shit this episode, which I love. I
don't drink during the weekday. I will also tell you guys my cons outweigh my pros, and it's only personal because my hangovers are horrible. Yeah. I feel like if I drink 1 or 2 beers, I was telling Durs, I feel like I got poisoned. When I have to wake up early. I was gonna say to the Cool Jays, dude, my stomach part of the hangover is worse than my headache. Even though the headache is also bad. That's the problem. If you drink in excess before work, like if you get wasted, I don't know how you motherfuckers do that shit. And I'm not saying you have a problem. You have a talent, technically. But it's impossible for a guy like me.
Episode 66 is concluded. Thank you for joining us, listening to whatever you want. We keep trucking along with the Cool Jays. And we're going into May, which is... kind of hard to believe how quick time is moving, in my opinion.
It moves quicker every year.
But yeah, thank you for joining us. My name is John.
I'm Anders.
And I'm Zach.
Peace.